Coming up on First at 4, many people are still talking about Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Ever since he was tapped to be Trump's VP, we're taking a look at his controversial book, Hillbilly Elegy. Plus, it's day 3 of the Republican National Convention. Tonight's theme, Make America Strong Once Again. We'll have a preview.
And the relief is here as we have temperatures in the 80s and rain and thunderstorm chances in the forecast. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Huxley. First at 4, ahead of his speech tonight at the Republican National Convention, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance's book, Hillbilly Elegy, has climbed back on top of the Amazon bestsellers list. This comes after Vance was nominated as former President Donald Trump's vice presidential candidate on the Republican ticket. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details the controversial background of Vance's memoir.
Hillbilly Elegy was published in 2016. The book was later adapted into an Oscar-nominated film directed by Ron Howard. Hillbilly Elegy details Vance's childhood memories in Breathitt County and Ohio. Breathitt County Library Director Stephen Bowling says the book led to a wide range of reactions.
And it was sort of interpreted in two different ways. There were folks who really disliked the book, who hated his portrayal of the people of Middletown, the people of Appalachia. But then there were other folks who understood.
Bowling went on to say it is his opinion that Vance's book was solely based on his own memories and not of Appalachia as a whole. There have also been books written with negative reactions towards Vance's writing. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, coming up at 6, we'll take a closer look at the arguments of folks who reacted positively and negatively to Vance's memoir, both now and back in 2016 when it was released. Today, members of our WYMT Mountain family, near and far, made their way back home to the mountains for a special goodbye. Former Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson announced his retirement from WYMT in May. His official last day was on June 30th, but today we celebrated Brandon and his continued strength in his ongoing battle against brain cancer. All who made the trip and agreed it was an easy decision to be here for B-Rob.
What did we learn from Brandon? Again, it may not be anything TV related, but again, just how to be a better man, how to be a better person, and how to be a community member.
Former and current WYMT employees were able to reminisce with Brandon about the good times they enjoyed within these walls and out in the community. It was a great turnout, so good to see everyone today. We'll have much more on Brandon Robinson Day tonight at 6.
We had temperatures today in the low to mid 80s, much needed relief across eastern Kentucky, and now the rain and thunderstorms are pushing through. Here's the latest with live Pinpoint Doppler radar. We'll go ahead and pinpoint a couple of places right now over towards the Hazard area, over towards Harlan, seeing some heavy rain, even a little bit of lightning being picked up at this hour. Over towards North Corbin, Williamsburg, the Pine Knot area, seeing some heavy rain and lightning at this hour. And then you go into portions of Tennessee, over towards the Jamestown area, seeing some heavy rain. Even some hail is being picked up with these systems. As a matter of fact, here's a live look outside. It is getting dark and gray here in Hazard. We find temperatures right now in the 70s and 80s, 79 in Harlan as well as Jonesville, 84 Wise, 86 Hazard, 83 Jackson, 87 Irvin, as well as Manchester and London. When you wake up in the morning, we'll find temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. We'll keep a shower and thunderstorm chance in the forecast tonight and tomorrow morning. It will clear out, but the question is, will it hold off throughout the weekend? I'll have that answer in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thanks. Tonight is Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance's time in the spotlight. The junior senator from Ohio will headline night 3 of the Republican National Convention as former President Trump's VP pick. Many delegates on hand say they are excited about the choice and the speech. CBS's Natalie Brand has more from Milwaukee.
New GOP vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance made an appearance at an event in Milwaukee ahead of his big speech tonight.
I joke with the president that you know, I'm very excited about this evening, and I don't plan to screw it up, but if I do, it's too late. He made the pick, right?
Former President Trump, who did his own convention stage walkthrough this afternoon, is expected to be back in the hall tonight to hear Vance introduce himself to the country.
If you know anything about Senator Vance's background, you understand that he came from very humble beginnings.
Vance is expected to share his personal story, rising up from poverty, and his family's struggles with drug abuse, as documented in his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. Indiana alternate delegate Becky Bechtel says she's reading the book now.
How do you think that personal story is going to play into the rest of campaign season?
I think that he has an empathy with the American people that a lot of other politicians, if you will, do not have.
The Trump campaign is also highlighting foreign policy on Convention Day 3. Mayor John David Longo of Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, like Senator Vance, is a Marine Corps veteran.
As a veteran, what will you be listening for?
I'm looking for strength on the national stage. I can tell you as a veteran, having been to a place like Afghanistan, it's very important that we project strength.
There's an expectation Russia's war with Ukraine will come up tonight. Senator Vance has been a vocal critic of additional U.S. military aid for Ukraine, alarming some in the Republican Party. Vance has also made a journey from outspoken Trump critic to running mate, ready to officially accept the VP nomination tonight. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Milwaukee.
Vice President Kamala Harris has accepted an invitation from CBS for a vice presidential debate in late July or early August. The Biden campaign called on the Trump campaign to do the same on behalf of vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance. A Bellarmine University instructor who made a social media post about the assassination attempt on former President Trump has been placed on leave. The university says instructor John James made a post that said the shooter should not have missed. Bellarmine did not say if James resigned or if he was fired. The university says it also received a bomb threat because of the post. It was deemed not credible. President Biden is back on the campaign trail in the battleground state of Nevada again today, trying to pivot from criticism to a focus on policy. He's set to address the largest annual gathering of Latino advocates and policymakers in Las Vegas later today. Also this week, the president spoke at the NAACP convention and gave an exclusive interview to BET discussing what would make him reevaluate staying in the presidential race.
If there had some medical condition that emerged, if the doctors came to me and said, you got this problem, that problem, there's more to do, and I'm reluctant to walk away from that.
The president is looking to swing big with new policy proposals. CBS News has confirmed that the president is weighing a series of reforms to the U.S. Supreme Court, including term limits for justices and an enforceable code of ethics. Those would all require congressional approval. Coming up on First at 4, a local musician is making a name for himself, recording his first music video inside the old Perry County Jail. We'll introduce you to Hazard native Ben Fugit.
And in the world of weather, sweet, sweet relief is in the forecast as we see temperatures right now in the 80s. How long will it last? I'll have the answer in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Stay with us.